In this section, we will cover finding files in Linux. If you're looking for certain file, typically running Linux system has hundreds and thousands of files. You may need to search for a file or by a particular user, or search file by their size, or any other way that you want to search for it. For that, we have a command that we can use, which is called find. There's many options that you can use with find to find something in particular that you're looking for. If you're having issues with your system exceeding size limit, then you can go and search for files depending on their size and figure out who owns that file and either get rid of it or back it up. For many reasons, you will be looking for files in Linux. So let's look at how we can use find command to find some of the files. Find is the command that we can run, but by itself, it doesn't know what to find, right? So we have to give it a path of the location that you're searching for. In our case, it's slash. So anything under root you can search for, or you can also tell it a certain directory under root that you want to search for. So slash or path or location we want to search. After that, we're telling it use the find command. The location is slash, and then what are we looking for? Then we have to give it some type of option. Name is an option that we can use. So basically what it's doing is it's searching it by name. So if you're searching by name, name is the option that you will use. After that, after the name, you can specify the name, you can specify the full name, or let's say you don't know the full name of the file, you just know it starts with fi. In that case, you can use asterisk after that, so it will look for everything starting with fi. And the last option is print. So we can use print option to print it. But by default in Linux, even if you don't type print option, it will still display it on the screen, because in Linux print is default, so no need to type it. It's there so I can explain it to you better what it does, but there's no need to type that in, but it does apply in the background. Let's say if we were not using the print option, let's say we were just finding some file under root, and the name of the file is this, and then we want that file to be deleted. So in that case, we can remove print option and we can add delete option, and that's an action. So there's many actions that you can apply, including print, including delete, and that's how you use that command. Let's see that command happening in real life scenario, and we're going to try this option. So let's do the find command, search everything under slash or root, search by name of the file, and the name starts with fi, asterisk, that means anything starting with fi. Hit enter. As you can see, there's one file that it found by name under slash, which is called file1. That's how you find some file by name. But let's say you wanted to find a file such as file1 that we found, and maybe you wanted to delete it. Right here is the command, find anything under root. Name of the file is whatever you want to find, or many files that you want to find, and delete it. So let's run this command and see what happens. No error messages. Let's run the find command again to see if that file comes up in our search again or not. Enter. As you can see, no results are found. That file has been deleted. And that's how you can find files, and that's how you can apply certain actions to those files, such as deleting them. Let's move on to next examples. Another cool feature of find command is that you can find files by certain sizes. Let's say you were looking for files smaller than 1 MB in root's home directory or anything under slash. Let's run this command. Find slash. This time instead of name we will use size. So we're finding everything under root by size, and now we have to provide it size. If we use -1 M, M is for megabytes, 1 is 1, so 1 megabyte, and minus means anything less than 1 megabyte. It's not going to find anything larger than 1 megabyte. Hit enter. As you can see, there's a whole lot of files that it found. Let's find files smaller than 1 MB in your current directory. Let me clear the screen. Clear. Let's do an ls first. As you can see, I have created a file called test. And this file is smaller than 1 megabyte because I didn't put any data in this file. So let's find this file. Another way of finding a file in your current directory is by typing in dot. Dot represents your current directory. So let's do find. This is the command we're going to run. Find dot, meaning find everything in the current directory. And then we're finding something by size. And then anything smaller than 1 megabyte. Hit enter. As you can see, it found /test. Okay, let's move on to the next example. Now, to find files in a directory called /usr, anything larger than 40 MB. A lot of times you want to get rid of really large files, or you want to back them up, or you want to see which user is using most of the space or which file is. This is how you can find that. So let's run this command and find anything in /usr directory which is larger than 40 megabytes. So find /usr size plus, so larger than. If we were looking for a file smaller than 40 megabytes, we will use the minus sign. We're looking for anything larger than 40 megabytes, we're using the plus sign. 40 M, enter. There's only one file with size over 40 megabytes. My system is just for the testing purposes. I do not have that many files, but if you were on a real system, maybe at work, or you were using a lot of files, you may find a lot more files. You can also find files that were modified certain days ago. Let's use this command, find something in var directory with the modified time. M time stands for modified time. So any file that was modified, and the days we're giving it are 4. So anything that we can find exactly 4 days ago, we can use this command. Find var m time modified time 4. Hit enter. As you can see, it found all the files modified 4 days ago. But let's say if we were looking for files modified more than 4 days ago, then you can also use the plus sign. You can see there's a whole lot of files which were modified before 4 days, anything above 4 days. We can also use modified time less than 4 days, 4 days and less. Hit enter. Find a lot of files. And that's how you can use the modified time to find for files by certain days. Find is a very useful command. There's a lot of options that you can use with find, and man pages gives you a lot more information about find. So let's run that, man space find. Hit enter. As you can see, there's a lot of information. It tells you what it does. It gives you all the options. And if you wanted to search for something, you can go through all the options and find for more information in man pages. I hope you learned something useful in this video as well, and I'll see you in the next one.